growing into a better fishing platform actually takes time. And one of the things that we did was we added fish finders to aid in our ability to fish offshore structure. Some of the pitfalls you'll find is something called feedback or interference. It happens when you have a lot of electrical wires running near each other. Here we go. Mikey's opening the garage.
I won't be watching any news. I'll let the planet spin without me, 'cause everything has been without me.
What's up, Mikey? Getting all set up.
Get out of your way. Right, if I'm not live by satellite. It's a beautiful day. I'm running away. Don't bother to Facebook message or call me, 'cause I'm living life in airplane mode. Everything is okay. I just want to play, unplug for the day, and live in the moment.
So
There's another panel there.
yeah, that's the control, the fuse block basically for this control panel.
Okay.
So once I hook these on,
So that.
I've got.
Is that your main battery that you're working on?
This is just for the lights.
Just for lights.
And then my other battery is strictly for the fish finder.
The 30 amp hour amped.
Yes.
Let me see that little box. I want to get in on that. So that is basically your circuit breaker, circuit board. You can,
Yep. For my yak power.
if you add anything, you know. So you added this, your yak power.
Yep. And then like I have a USB port in the back here. I've got my lights.
So that's all onboard safety visual lights that you got going on.
Black lights in the front, green in the back, some little purple ones.
See them on the side. That's pretty slick.
So I gotta mount a few more of those purple lights on the inside so I get more light on the cabin. But
I love it. I love it. Either side. You also have an inline fuse.
yes.
And you keep that 30 amp right in the middle of the bucket.
Yeah, that's what I did this year. Just because I was like, you know what, because I used to run everything off of one battery. And I said, nah, this year I don't want to do that. I want to just run it strictly one battery for the fish finder and then one for the actual lights and whatever other outputs. So like I'll set up the USB charger in the back here. I haven't plugged that into the power port yet. But
oh wow.
I'll screw that in, and then you've also got like a digital readout for the meter of your battery.
That's what I'm looking to put on. I like this a lot.
But that'll all strictly be on that one battery, the smaller one underneath for the lights. Whereas this bigger one, strictly for my fish finder, I think I was getting some noise on the fish finder, some noise disturbance from pairing the lights, the fish finder all together. Maybe it's all in my head, I'm not sure, but I do think I have a better picture now with my fish finder. I did notice that I also changed where I put my transducer. I've got it underneath now on the bottom, and it's clearly down far enough. So it really...
So this is pre-Guardian, right?
Yeah, this is before the Guardian.
That's what you got. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it
It's
constantly wears on your mind that it's hanging down.
Yes.
You know, luckily they're pretty tough. They can take some abuse. So we're not going down the Grand Rapids in it, but...
No. Like,
But because-
I gotta be careful about what I do.
Absolutely, but because you have the Boondocks
Landing gear.
Yeah, it's because you have the Boondocks landing gear. It hikes it up, so you don't have. You can load this into your truck
Yes.
without having to flip it on its side.
All right, so what does this information mean to somebody like yourself who's looking to get off the bank into a kayak and do some offshore fishing. Well, make a wise decision into what kayak you purchase. Don't break the bank and go for the home run right away. Mikey was able to find his kayak from a gentleman that actually lived on Lake Congamon, the location of my original video, Cold Water Kayak Fishing. While the gentleman didn't have a bill of sale, which you should always ask for, Mikey was actually able to trace the lineage back to a reputable vendor, and they confirmed themselves that that was an actual floor model that they used on their floor to showcase the Hobie brand. So once Mikey found that out, it confirmed in his head that he's making a wise decision at that point by purchasing that kayak, and it's been a great upgrade for him. Not all of us start with these awesome decked out kayaks. It's a progression. You know, you acquire your first rig, you figure out if it's even anything that you like doing. If you're like me, I got bitten by the bug, so I went from a real rudimentary paddle driven kayak, and I picked up the Hobie 360 about 2 years ago. So you're going to encounter some things along the way. One of them is feedback when you're going to put a fish finder in your kayak. So Mikey's solution was to separate 15 amp hour just for the lights, 30 amp hour just for his fish finder. He says it's working out great in conjunction with relocating his transducer. Now,